Regardless, bienvenidos, welcome, as we are jumping into the grand finals, and spawning in the top right hand corner of a Holy World, we have our blue Zerg player, we have our South Korean, we have our SE2 Zerg, it is Wayne. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent, we have the Brood War Zerg player from South Korea, the favored player here. Can he go all the way? It is SHIN. Ooh, so here we go. We have Wayne opening up with a 13-12. 13-12 out of Wayne. Hyper aggression out of our blue Zerg player, going for an early gas. What does an early gas mean? That means early link speed. So early link speed into potentially an early Baneling nest as well. So a very aggressive build here out of Wayne. SHIN, on the flip side, is going hatch first. So SHIN, he delays his spawning pool, he delays his gas geyser in favor of a faster expansion. So we have a more economic build here by SHIN. Wayne being more aggressive. So aggression up against more greed here. We have a different dynamic. On top of that, welcome to Holy World. Holy World, of course, is a 4-player spawn map. It is random where you load in. You can load in bottom left, bottom right, top left, or top right as well. So you can see both players are looking for each other. Both players are searching, overlords are moving in. SHIN, he will check top left, so will Wayne. They won't find each other yet. But remember, it's Wayne who's being aggressive. There we go. Link speed is already on the way. So rushing into link speed, he does pull out of gas, so it's not a Bane bust. It's not a Bane bust, but it is rushing into just pure lings. He's going to be flooding across the map, and Wayne, the overlords, they spot each other. Now, seeing each other does confirm their locations. Like, this overlord wouldn't be here if they were spawning in the other corner of the map. So more or less, SHIN and Wayne, they know where each other are. And we'll see if SHIN can hold, because SHIN, he still doesn't even have his spawning pool. It's still about to finish, which means no lings, no defense so far here for SHIN. As lings are amassing, Wayne about to pull the trigger. He does get an expansion behind this, but you can see still just pure ling production out of Wayne. And right now, Wayne, he's just waiting for his upgrade. He's waiting for ling speed. Once ling speed finishes, then it's go time. So waiting for ling speed. Meanwhile, SHIN back at home, just happily droning. SHIN still has no idea. He has no idea what's going on. The overlord is still coming in. It's so slow. Get in there. It's so slow. Out of position. And Wayne, he does pull the trigger, just flooding across the map. And SHIN, he's about to run into those lings. He does not have speed. And he gets surrounded. Oh, we just ignore it. We just ignore the lings. Wayne, he just goes for the kill. Goes for the natural. SHIN, he fully walls off. A good reaction. Good reaction so far. He does fully wall off. Desperately re-walling behind this. But the Evo chamber goes down. Lings, they flood in. And Wayne, he will overwhelm. The Spinecaller does finish up just in time. A really close defense. Spinecaller tanking a lot of shots. Does go down. Lings, they keep flooding in. And Wayne, he overwhelms. Yeah, he still overwhelms. He busts down that front door. Gets into the natural. Lings trying to get in position. SHIN, he's trying to hold on here, but again, it's just a numbers game at this point. Just a numbers game. He cannot keep up. Not anymore. As Wayne does overwhelm, and it was just a little bit of RNG. It was just really unfortunate for SHIN. Remember, SHIN, he was searching for his opponent, trying to figure out what was going on. It was a late scout from SHIN. We rolled the dice. We flipped the coin. It was risky, but it pays off. It pays off here as Wayne. GG gets called, and Wayne will take game number 1. Whew, GG. A very intense game 1. Again, Wayne just being really risky and just going for hyper aggression, rushing into link speed, rushing into the gas geyser. I say it was risky just because they didn't know where they were spawning, right? Like, he didn't know where his opponent was. SHIN didn't know where Wayne was either, just because of the map itself. So it was very risky. I mean, they could have spawned in anywhere, and in the end, as you saw, it took a little bit too long for SHIN to figure out what was happening, as it was a delayed scout from SHIN. And now we're getting into game number 2. Going to be loading into Vermeer. Let's go. Seems similar to AoE 2. Might be able to pick it up quick. Yeah, sure. I mean, RTSs, they are similar in some sense to each other when it comes to, like, you know, building up an economy and controlling an army. So there are definitely some similarities between RTSs. I would say they're a little bit different in the sense that StarCraft is a faster game than AoE. Age of Empires has a bit of a slower pace to it. So there is that tempo difference for the most part, but overall, like, you know, I'm sure it's something that you can enjoy. Vice versa as well. As here we go, spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Vermeer, we do have our red Zerg player. Down in the series, we have our South Korean Zerg rocking SC2. It is SHIN. And spawning in the right-hand corner, we have the Brood War Zerg player leading the series 1-0. We'll see if we can extend that lead here and just keep that momentum going. It is Wayne. Let's go. Settling in. This time, Wayne, hatch first. Okay, we're calming things down after an intense game 1. Coming into game number 2, it's going to be hatch first out of Wayne. Likewise, hatch first out of SHIN as well. This time, there's no crazy fast gas. There's no crazy fast spawning pool. This time, standard opener, standard game. We're calming things down. Like, game 1 was intense and it was crazy. Game 2, we can chill. We can chill out here. Now, once again, this is a 4-player spawn map, so we do have SHIN scouting the top left-hand corner of the map. Likewise, Wayne is scouting bottom right. They are looking for each other. As a heads up, you can spawn in any of the corners of the map. You can have closer spawns or spawns that are further away. Is random. Meanwhile, Wayne, he does go for his macro hatchery here at the natural. So hatch, gas pool, hatch opener out of Wayne. So far, so good. Just catching up in the chat. For sure, it was quite the journey once Western Castles picked up Evo, and we love to see all the events that have popped up since. Yeah, for sure, it's been a lot of fun, I will say. Been a lot of fun. It's been a great addition to at least us here on the CranKy Ducklings. We never branched out into the other RTSs, right? Like, we never branched out into Battle Aces or into Gates of Pyre or into Stormgate, just because like we were a little bit too busy with StarCraft and we didn't actually have the time. Like, we were actually invited like into the betas or into the alphas to try out the games ahead of time. What's the other one? Zero Space. That's the other one, Zero Space. We were invited, but I never really had the time to actually get into them, just because often they'd be like beta weekends or like alpha weekends and we'd just be busy casting StarCraft. But StarCraft Evolution is a lot more accessible, especially if you're already ingrained in SC2. So it's definitely something that we've been able to enjoy and embrace a lot more so than branching out into like another RTS to try them out. And it's been a lot of fun. I will say the same about Warcraft 3 Evolution, true. That's also because, again, it's also in StarCraft 2, like another RTS or another game mode that we've been able to embrace and has been a lot of fun as well. Maybe a little bit less balanced and maybe a little bit more rough around the edges, but fun nonetheless. Here we go. As we do have our, I should have pointed out, our fast layer here. SHIN, he does scout the lair first out of Wayne. Wayne, he, with said lair, going into 2-base Muta. Spire has been thrown down at the natural. Now SHIN, he has a piece of the puzzle. He knows how fast the lair was.
Here comes a new challenger.
God damn it, SHIN. So SHIN, he knows something is wrong, something is weird. Overlord goes in, and SHIN, he will confirm the Spire. So SHIN is aware of the tech of choice. Back at home, SHIN, he does just drone up. Hatch gas pool, droning, saturating, building up his queens, getting a 3rd expansion. SHIN is being more economic. Meanwhile, Wayne is being cheeky by rushing into mutas. Now SHIN is fully aware. From here, SHIN, he can respond by going into his own lair, by going into his own queen production, into his own Hydra tech, for example. I feel like it's a little bit too late to try to punish this with an all-in. To have a safety roach warren from SHIN. But again, he should just be droning and securing himself back at home. Meanwhile, Wayne is walling up. Again, Wayne, he's vulnerable to a ground attack. SHIN is massing up lings. He's massing up those lings. Overlord does fall. Nice pickup. Wayne moves out. Now, when it comes to our dynamic here, SHIN, he does have the greater economy. He's up an expansion. He's up a base. And he does miss the lings. SHIN, he moves out. Queens are exposed. The first queen is going to get surrounded. Very nice pickoff here by Wayne. Very nice pickoff. Takes down the queen. Pulls away. Meanwhile, SHIN is more concerned about denying the 3rd. And it looks like he will be able to. It's going to be close. Oh, does deny. Does force a cancel. Nicely done. Swain does move out. And back at home, Shin is going to be the defender. Shin, he's just walling up. We have Spore Crawlers being thrown down. Queens are amassing as well. And we'll see if these mutas can find a way in, as Wayne has gained map control. He's looking for a way in. Spores are barely not done in time. The first spore is denied. Nice pickup. Getting another spore. Forcing another cancel. Shin, he's keeping up. And again, from here, Wayne, he's free to expand. He can now freely expand, drone up, focus on his economy. The role of these mutas is to just keep Shin contained and potentially get some economic damage. As Shin, he tries to break out. Is being denied. So far being denied at every turn. Shin from here is taking up into an infestation bit. This should be for the Hive. This should be for Vipers. So he's building up towards a greater army. I'm a little bit surprised we don't see a Hydra Den yet. So far it's just going to be Queen, Roach, Viper instead. Ling's looking for a way in. Mutas, they get into the main. They do scout the infestation pit. They don't quite get the snipe though. They're going for it. Lings, they bust into the main base. Shin, he undermade Lings. They do get into the main. Likewise, trying to catch a couple of queens. Drone's going down. Good damage so far here by Wayne. And can he get the pit? Oh, it's getting close. And it looks like he will be able to. Oh, clutch transfuse. Does save the infestation bit, just barely. Ay, ay, ay. Barely does save it. Shin holds. Whew, okay, Shin, he does hold on. Meanwhile, as you can see, Wayne, the muta count isn't getting any bigger. He's not making any more mutas. He did invest quite heavily early on, but Wayne, he's transitioning out of muta into Lunker instead. Hydra Den into Lurker tech. The drone count is still lackluster, is what I will say for Wayne. Still just on a very low drone count. He has the third base, but barely any saturation. So this is slowing Wayne down. Shin, he confirms this with this Link Scout. He does get eyes on the Hydras. He knows that there's going to be a switch, a transition. Likewise, Shin is doing the same. So both players taking into Hydras, both players taking into Lurkers. But Wayne is going to get there first, as the first Lurkers are morphing in. Lurkers that have arrived. Yo, they have like Hydra faces. Let's go. But the Lurkers, they have morphed in. Once again, more Lurkers in production. Wayne's still staying on a very low drone count, by the way. Very committed, very aggressive by Wayne. He is moving out. Mutas are still distracting. Up. Nice fungal. Catching out the mutas. Mutas are getting caught, but can Shin defend against the Lurkers, though? Does he have enough? He has a couple of Roaches, a couple of Hydras. He has no Lurkers of his own. Does have detection. Nice spread. Nice around. Ooh, yeah, and Wayne here overextends. Leads out a couple of Lurkers. Lings, they do hit the third base, going for the surround. He wants the expansion. And it looks like he barely might get it. The transfuses are clutch, but the base will still go down. Just barely. Whew. And third base does full. Shin, he's now stuck on two bases. Lurker still poking in. And Wayne just pulling Shin apart. Remember, Shin, he had the role of the defender. He was trying to turtle up as best he could. And he was defending against the mutas, but he does lose the third base. Massive loss. And Wayne, finally he's droning. Wayne, he's been delaying his worker production for quite some time, but finally he's droning up, getting a fourth base as well. Getting into a proper economy. It's getting there. Now Shin, he still has a massive army, but it's very immobile. Like, he's still building up Roach Hydra. The Lurker Den, I believe, is now done, but he has no Lurkers yet. Right now, Shin doesn't really have much pushing power. I say that, he might just commit. Takes down the Overlord. Now, sniping this Overlord means that Wayne, he doesn't see the entire army moving out. He's lacking vision. He now spots it. Now he knows. Wayne, he pulls away. And it's all or nothing for Shin. As he's going to be committing into mass Lurker, though. Like Lurkers, their siege units are ideal defensively. Lings, they move out for another counterattack. Shin, he does have his queens back at him to defend. Shin, he's looking for a way in. But pushing into Lurkers is not going to be easy. That's what I meant when I said he has no pushing power. Like, I don't see him breaking this location. But he does find the 4th expansion. True. Does get the 4th base. Roaches, they try to find their way into the natural, but last they are deflected. Roaches are deflected. 4th base does at least go down. I mean, well, these Roaches are trapped. They can't quite make it out, not too easily. Shin, he retakes his 3rd. And is now able to take up into his own Viper tech. Let's go. Hive is done. Vipers are on the way. Roach is getting called out. Oof. Leading out those Roaches. Wayne, he's regained map control. Okay, he's got a very high Lurker count. He's up to 22 Lurkers. Ay, ay, ay. Denies the 4th expansion. Lurker is getting in position in between the bases. Shin has to pull away. Has to pull back. Lurker's moving in from both sides. Almost getting within range of the base. These Lurkers are exposed. Massive fungal goes off, and the Lurkers are going to go down. Ay, ay, ay. Wayne, he overextends. Likewise, he dives in. Lings into the main base. Lurkers in between the bases. But I feel like he's overextending here. As every Lurker is going to go down. Wayne just being overly aggressive. He's going to lose everything. Lurkers are falling. Lings as well. Wayne, he throws away his army. He has a couple of Lings left over, but again, he will lose everything. And I'm afraid to look, but that was 21 Lurkers. That was 21 Lurkers going down alongside 51 Lings. He does do some economic damage. Sure, he gets 18 drone kills, but that was not worth it. That was not worth it here for Wayne. As he plummets in supply. Back at home, Wayne, he does rebuild. He's trying to mass up more Lurkers, but this is the kind of situation where the soup doesn't lie. It's not lying, Pappy. It's not lying. Wayne is triple expanding, getting a 4th base, 5th base, 6th base. Frantically just mass expanding. But now Shin can push. Now he has his Vipers. The Vipers, they have arrived. And with said Vipers, he can break these positions. For those that are curious, Vipers, they have a lot of options here. They're spellcasters. They can abduct, so they can yoink the Lurkers out of the ground. They can pull them in. They can also Blinding Cloud as well, which is to like shroud the Lurkers and make it so they can't attack. Vipers are going to be ideal here. And now suddenly I don't see Wayne holding against this. He's going to try. Does move in. He has to respect the Vipers. He has to pull away. Yeah, mass blinding clouds. And Lurkers, they don't do much here. Yeah, they're caught in the blinding clouds. The Roach Ravager, the Roach Hydra does break through. Pushing through the main army. Up, going for the deductions. And Shin, he doesn't. He breaks the defensive line here. There's what, 3-4 Lurkers left. It looks like maybe Wayne barely holds on. It's still quite close. Still very close. Forcing Shin back. But behind this, Shin is just rallying across the map, catching out the final Lurkers. There's 3 Lurkers left. And they're going to be going down. Down to 1 Lurker, down to 0. And now it's just Hydra. Now just Hydra remaining here for Wayne. And I'm most impressed by the fact that Shin, he never made any Lurkers himself. Like, he just never teched up. I mean, he had the tech, don't get me wrong. He never invested. Never got into them. Just broke through with the Vipers anyway. Takes down another expansion. Wayne going for a desperation counterattack. And I mean, he's catching a couple of reinforcements here and there. He can maybe pick off Queen. But for the most part, Shinny's secure. Secure, he's pushing across the map. Once again, catching out more lurkers. GG gets called as Wayne cannot hold on, and Shinny fights back, tying up the series 1-1. Whew, GG. GG, well played. Does tie things up again. Once again, a very intense game. We had initially Wayne going into 2-base Muta, which was quite successful. Like, again, I want to emphasize that Wayne was in a pretty good position. He was successfully getting a 3rd base, getting a 4th base, containing Shin on 3 bases with his Mutas. Where everything went south, though, if you remember, was when Wayne pushed out with his lurkers. When he went for 2 attacks, he went for the lurkers in between the bases, he went for a lurker run by at the 3rd base, and at the same time went for a Ling run by into the main. And Wayne, he threw away his entire army. He lost everything in that assault. He didn't have to try to break through, but he tried to anyway, and he lost everything in the process. From that moment, Shin, he gained momentum. He gained momentum, he gained a supply lead, economic lead as well, and from there, Shin did snowball out of control. GG. GG, well played. With that, we have a series, we have a back and forth, and we're now loading into Frostline. Let's go. And we'll see who takes the lead in the series. As a reminder, this is a best of 5, and we are tied up 1-1. And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Frostline, we have the blue Zerg player. We have the South Korean Zerg repping the Brood War race. It is Shin. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the red Zerg player himself, the SC2 Zerg. It is Wayne. We go. Are setting up. And welcome one all to Frostline. Frostline is a very different map in the map pool. Unlike the previous maps so far, this is a 2-player spawn map. So unlike the previous maps, we know where each other are. There's no like guessing, there's no scouting to find our opponent's locations. Just cross spawn. Top right and bottom left. So only 2 possible locations. Wayne, he does move out with his initial Overlord Scout, likewise so does Shin. So far, hatch, gas pool. Standard openers all around. No early gases, no early spawning pools. Wayne does go for a delayed gas. Okay, interesting. Gases are delayed for Wayne. So suddenly, with a hatch pool opener and with late gases, it looks like Wayne may play 2-base Roach. Basically, without any link speed, without any gases here, link speed is non-existent. Likewise, Baneling's going to be delayed as well. Now gases are being taken, but this feels like Wayne may just play on 2 bases and stay on 2 bases a little bit longer. So a bit of a deviation here from our red Zerg player. Meanwhile, Shin across the map, standard opener. His gases are on time. Goes for his macro hatchery, and Shin will have faster link speed as a result. Again, Wayne, he has gas income. Sorry, Shin has gas income. Wayne's gas income is delayed. So that is the first thing to kind of bear in mind. As Overlords are poking in. Both players confirming that it was a hatch first. As the Overlords, they will see the progression of the creep, and now they know. So they should know that they're safe. Ooh, meanwhile, Shin, he skips link speed. He skips link speed, is going for a very fast lair instead. And it looks like Shin, he's rushing into mutas. So 2-base muta out of Shin. Wayne on the flip side. Remember, he did have late gases, so we're expecting Wayne to wall up on 2 bases. And he might go 2-base muta as well. As the first Overlord is hunted down. Nice pickoff. Yep, 2-base lair. 2-base lair out of Wayne. It looks like, blindly by the way, no one scouts each other, but it looks like both players are going into muta play. Let's go. Oh, scout is denied. Ling goes down. And the lair is soon to finish. Gases are being taken. Show us that tech, show us that spire, show us those mutas. There's Wayne. Yep, he's walling up. Once again, because of the late gases, there's no link speed from either player. Lair is done, and there's the Spire. So we have the Spire from Shin, so he's going to base Muta, and Wayne should be doing the same. I say should be. Technically, Wayne... Oh, I was going to say he can go into Roach Speed into +1 range, and he might go for that, actually. Wayne has options. Shin doesn't. Shin, I mean, he's already locked into Mutas, but Wayne does have options. He can go into a Spire as well, or he can go into a 2-base Roach all-in. What's it going to be? Gases are being taken. Lair is done. Roach Warren is complete. Show us Roach Speed. Doesn't have the gas for it yet. But yeah, no Spire. If he wanted to Spire, he would cancel range. He would cancel the upgrade, so this is going to be an interesting dynamic. There it is. Roach Speed is on the way. So Wayne, he's rushing to Roach Tech, rushing into Roach upgrades, which means we could see Wayne try to break Shin before Mutas hit the field, but this Lair was just so fast. And it was unscattered as well. So getting into this position, I do favor Shin. I do feel like these Mutas have a lot of potential to gain map control and to get economic damage, and to potentially even deny this third base. These Roaches from Wayne, it's going to be difficult to really have them pay for themselves. They're ground-based units, and sure, he can commit to an all-in, but it's going to be difficult. Yeah, Wayne, he scouts. He sees the Spire. He knows. Does spot the Spire. Hydrogen as a reaction, so Wayne, he's going into Hydra Tech from here, and Wayne has to be the defender. And for the time being, these early upgrades, this early tech, like Roach Speed and +1 range, they haven't paid for themselves. They're just not really coming into play, which is why Wayne is counterattacking. He has to do something with this army. So Wayne, he moves out. He runs into the Mutas, somewhat. Yeah, he spots them. Yeah, he does spot the Roaches. Roaches are being hunted down. So again, this investment into Roaches just wasn't really worth it for Wayne. But at least they're buying time, right? Like, they're distracting the Mutas, they're keeping them busy, and Wayne is taking up into his Hydras. So Hydras are amassing. Likewise, Shin also switching from Muta into Lurker Tech as well. And yeah, this is just a really interesting setup here from Shin. So if you remember the previous game, Wayne was in Shin's shoes, where Wayne, he also opened up Muta. But if you remember, Wayne, he committed into a greater Muta setup. He made even more Mutas, and he had a much later third expansion. Here, Shin, he actually makes only a handful of Mutas, only six Mutas. That is only for map control, only for harassment, and behind this, much faster Lurker Tech. So he's switching to Lurkers much faster. Mutas, they poke in, they spot the Hydras here of Wayne. Pull away. Catching another Roach. Wayne is not droning. Wayne, he's not droning up, he's moving out. Wayne is committing with Roach Hydra. Wayne, he wants to end the game, but he's about to run into Lurker Tech. As Lurkers are about to morph in back at home. Shin, he goes for the third base. Can he get it? It's going to be close. Looks like he won't. Yeah, he will not get the expansion. Barely does survive. Clutch save here from Wayne. And again, Wayne, he hasn't been droning. He's not droning at all. He's going for a 2-base all-in. It's all or nothing for Wayne. Back at home, Lurkers are arriving just in time. Yeah, very clutch. Now, Lurkers are scattered. We have Overlord Speed on the way. Getting to Overlord Speed. The Mutas, they come back. He wants it. Doesn't get it, though. Picks off a couple of Hydras. Yeah, 3, 4 Hydras going down, getting up to 5. Gets all the Hydras, going for the expansion. The hatchery, it's going to go down. Yeah, massive pick off the base falls. That will impact the production of Wayne. Remember, Wayne, he was already all in. It's all or nothing for the Red Zerg. He moves out with everything he has. And back at home, there are Lurkers waiting for him. But how many Lurkers? So far, only... Oh, I say only 14. Jesus. 14 Lurkers. That's crazy. Mutas are catching reinforcements. Lurkers, they spread out in between the bases. Again, 16 Lurkers for Shin. That is crazy. He's very well set up, and he just can't push into this. How do you push into all these Lurkers? Last game, Shin, if you remember, he had Vipers, but it's too early for Vipers. Yeah, Vipers are a non-factor. Army gets shut down. Overseer falls to the Scourge. And Shin holds. Yeah, Shin, he holds. And there's no longevity in this army here for Wayne. Wayne, he has no third base. He has no economy. Wayne is all in. And the all-in fails. The all-in, it does fail. Shin's still catching more reinforcements. It's all or nothing for Wayne. But again, there's just so many lurkers. He can't push in. He can try. He can't try. Takes down the first lurker. First lurker goes down. The others are in position. Oh, God. And he can't move in. He can't push up this ramp. He's trying to force his way through. I mean, these lurkers are a little bit exposed. True. 2 lurkers go down. Yeah, Shinny repositions. He's ready here now with, what, 8 lurkers at the 3rd. Hydras, they do take down the 4th base, but this base doesn't really matter. It's not as impactful here. Base does go down. Once again, Shinny counterattacks. Once again, going for the 3rd expansion. Wayne, he's racing back home. And the longer this goes on, the better it should be for Shin. As Shin, he's just freely mining on 3 bases, building up more lurkers, building up more Scourge, getting a 4th expansion towards the top side instead. And Wayne is droning. It's a really rough time to drone, but he is trying to saturate his bases. Wayne, he's trying to build up into a longer game, but he is behind. So he has some catching up to do. Now, he can get a more efficient army. Wayne, he's working towards an infestation pit. This is the beginning here to start taking into Hive, to start taking into Vipers. He can get there eventually, but he's still a ways off. Really, I worry for the moment that Shin stops defending. Like right now, he's keeping all of his lurkers at home. He's turtling up, but eventually he will move out. And eventually, that move out, I don't know if it can really be stopped. But for now, Shin, he's just being more defensive. He's just calming down, securing his bases. Just getting his 4th expansion. Likewise, Hive is on the way for Wayne. Again, the Hive is going to be for Viper Tech. We have a couple of Infestors on the way as well. And this army for Wayne, it's going to have potential, 100%. But this is what I was worried about. Shin, he's had enough defending. He unburrows, he sends everything across the map. And he's not giving Wayne time to recover. Not giving him time to build up. Here we go, lurkers, they burrow in, they dive on the army. They shut down the Spore. Overseers do fall as well. And the final Overseer falls, 0 detection. And lurkers, they overwhelm. They take down the Roach Warren. At the same time, Wayne counterattacks. There are reinforcements. Shin, he will defend. Nice fungal. Very nice fungal. Overseer comes in, and Wayne, can he hold on? It's not pretty. Yeah, he won't be able to. He won't be able to hold on. GG gets called, and Shin overwhelms. Shin will take a 2-1 lead in the series. GG. Shin, he will take a lead. Again, a very intense back and forth. We did have, of course, Shin with a very, I should say, a much more dynamic build here. If you remember, it was similar to what Wayne did. Wayne, when he went mass muta, when he was wreaking havoc, but Shin, he only made 6. Only 6 mutas. He was more concerned with the next step. He was much faster to take a 3rd base, to take his gases, and to tech into lurkers. And you saw those lurkers pop out just in time to defend against the all-in. The all-in failed. On top of that, 3rd base was getting picked off time and time again. Wayne was just in a really rough position, and the longer the game went on, the better it was for Shin. GG. GG, well played. Shin almost in full control of that game, and now we're loading into game number 4. We'll see if Wayne can bounce back and force the ace match, as we are loading into Purity and Industry. Let's go. Just catching up. Catching up in the chat. Warcraft 3 in SE2 has been neat. In particular, I like the campaign remakes in SE2. Oh, there you go. There you go. I haven't played them myself, but I have heard good things about the remakes. I've definitely heard good things. And spawning in the top side of Purity and Industry, we have the red Zerg player down in the series. We'll see if he can bounce back and force the ace match. It is Wayne. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Brood War Zerg player, the Blue Zerg, leading the series 2-1, 1 game away from winning the entire series and becoming this week's SEL champion. It is SHIN. Here we go. They have limited supplies at each base location, similar to AoE, where AoE has its own kind of like resource setup where you have to like mine gold or chop down trees or mine wood. Similarly here, there's only 2 resources. There's gas and minerals, and similarly to AoE, like they're limited. So you can see here as I click on them, there are limited minerals and limited gas available, so you have to expand to maintain your economy and take more bases and sustain yourself. But welcome one and all to Purity and Industry. This is a very old map. Purity and Industry, I believe this was in the map pool back in 2021, like 2020, 2021 era of StarCraft. But this is an updated version. I would love to know, actually, I don't know if Kat has an answer to this, but I would love to know what the rationale was specifically to bring back this map. Of all older maps in the map pool, it's interesting that Purity and Industry came back and not others. So I'm curious. I don't know if it was like on a whim. It's like, oh, what'd be nice? Why not Purity? That's okay. But a bit of an older map. But there have been some changes. So we do have these massive slow zones in between the bases, but I believe slow zones were removed on the edges. There used to be slow zones completely just engulfing the main base, but they have removed them here on the right and on the top side as well. So now it's a little bit easier to get around and to even take the island base as well. On top of that, I believe rocks were removed and the terrain was shifted around here towards the center of the map, as I believe there used to be like a massive wall of rocks here as well. More SC. Oh, hello, papi, hello. ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? But yes, we do have a hatch gas pull here by Wayne, standard opener, going for his third base. Meanwhile, SHIN, likewise standard opener as well. Nothing too crazy, nothing too wild. This time, link speed is on the way from our red Zerg player, so we're not rushing into a lair. Very standard setup at a Wayne this time. Very standard. Meanwhile, we just see SHIN. He is preserving that gas. Are we going into meters again? He's got 200 gas. No link speed. Where's the lair? Where is the lair? So far, he's walling up, walling off. And we're not going for a lair, we're going into fast Hydras. Very interesting here. Hydra Den is on the way. Meanwhile, Bailey Nest from Wayne, so Wayne is going into Ling Bane. Meanwhile, SHIN, he's going into fast Ling Hydra. Interesting. Especially because SHIN has been banking up a lot of resources. He cancels Ling Speed, going into Carapace. What build is this? I'm not familiar. Carapace will help against Ling Bane, true. For those that are curious, Banelings one-shot Lings unless you have a Carapace upgrade. Carapace upgrade will allow Lings to survive a Baneling connection. So that will help immensely in Ling versus Ling Bane. Lings are amassing for Wayne. He does cut workers at 28. He's not droning. Uh-oh. Yeah, Wayne is not droning. He's going for a Bane bust. Ling Scout is attempted. Wayne, he hides the Lings. Yeah, he pulls them back. He does keep them hidden. SHIN doesn't know. SHIN, he doesn't know that Wayne is going all in. He's just massing nothing but Ling and going for a bust. He reveals only a handful of them. And oh, he knows. Jesus. Oh my god. He knows, Papi. He fully walls off. He fully walls off. We have a massive wall of sunken colonies as well. SHIN, he's ready. He's ready for the bust. He's ready for the all-in. What does Wayne see? Wayne, he does see the full wall. He confirms. And now he has to make a tough decision. After seeing the wall, does he drone or does he commit? We have the answer. He's committing. Banelings are morphing in, and here comes a massive swarm of Lings. It's all or nothing. Wayne, he either kills SHIN or he dies trying. SHIN, he knocks down his own wall. Uh-oh. He knocks down his own wall. Shin, he doesn't see it coming. Here we go, sees all the lings. Banelings are revealed. The wall is now open. Banelings are rolling in. Sunken colony is now morphing in. First colony goes down. And Wayne, he may just have enough. He breaks through the first line of defense. Baneling rolls in. Massive connection. Takes out all the Hydras. And yeah, he's done it. He has done it. Alas, Shin, he was ready for this. He was the one that opened up the wall. He was the one that was ready for a longer game. And with that, GG, we break through the front door. We bust into the mineral line. There's almost nothing left. And we're going to the ace match. We're going to the ace match. Wayne, he will break on through, and we are going to game 5. GG. GG. Ay, ay, ay. Shin, he thought he was safe. He thought he was safe. He had a full wall. Like, Shin, he was so well prepared. He was incredibly well prepared. And he chose not to morph in the extra sunken colonies. He kept them as creep colonies, and he also opened up his own wall. He was expanding. Little did he know that the all-in was still coming. He just assumed. He was like, oh, you're probably going to transition out of this. Like, you're probably going to drone. You're probably going to back off. No. Wayne, he committed. And now we have the ace match. Let's go. It all ends here. It all ends on Sylphid. Here we go. Brood War Zerg doesn't even have Roach or Queen. Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, you can pull off that defense without Roaches and without Queens. As you saw, like Shin, he was very well prepared for it. He just thought that Wayne was droning. He thought that Wayne had backed off. He thought that Wayne wouldn't commit. But here we go, we're getting into game number 5, and spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Sylphid, we have the blue Zerg player, the Brood War Zerg, tying up the series and forcing the ace match. It is Wayne. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner, we have the red Zerg player. We have the red Zerg player himself, the SC2 Zerg. It is Shin. Being forced into the ace match again. Shin, he's the favorite player. He's the favorite player here. He was supposed to win. I mean, it was supposed to be Shin versus Classic. But Wayne, he popped off. He took down Classic, and now he's forced Shin to the ace match. Can he go the distance? Can he go all the way and cause another massive upset? Can he become our champion? We're here to find out. We're here to find out. Gas first. Gas pool opener out of Wayne. No expansion. Hyper aggression out of our blue Zerg player. Meanwhile, welcome one all to Sylphid. Sylphid is a 3-player spawn map. You can spawn in bottom left, bottom right, or the top side of the map. As you can see, the Overlord is scouting. So Wayne is checking the northern base. Meanwhile, Shin, he's checking the right-hand base. So Wayne is going to be late to scout. Shin is going to be early, and Shin, he will confirm how late the hatchery is. So a big moment here for Shin. As the Overlord does move forward, and Shin, he will confirm, hold up, what's going on? Why is the base so late? Why is the hatchery so delayed? Something is wrong here. So he knows it must be an early spawning pool. As Ling speed is on the way, we stay in gas, and Ling production has begun. So staying in gas could be a couple of different things. This could be fast Ling speed into fast Hydras into a Ling Hydra all-in. This could be fast gas for fast Spire. Sorry, for fast Lair into Spire into 2-base Muta. We'll see what this gas is going to be spent on. It's going to be either Hydras or Lair. One of the two. Lings do move out. Shin, he also stays in gas. This should be for Ling Bane. Lings are moving out. Now, once again, because of the earlier gases, there's going to be a window where Wayne has Ling speed and Shin does not. Also, we have the answer, not Hydras, it is going to be Lair. So it looks like 2-base Muta out of Wayne. Wayne, he pokes in. Trying to catch out those Lings. Not quite able to. Has to pull away. Does pull out. He races back home for now. Ling speed is now done. He turns around and gets one Ling. Nice catch. Picks up one Ling for the time being. Back at home, he is droning. He is saturating. Oh, hello. Now, I had assumed this was going to be a Lair into fast 2-base Muta. It's going to be a Lair into Lurker Tech. Okay. I see you. Esther Wayne. I see you, pap. Now, will he survive? Because as amazing as it is to get into 2-base Lair and 2-base Muta, sorry, 2-base Lurker, SHIN, he can Bane Bust. The Bane Nest is on the way, Lings are amassing, and we're about to get a role reversal here. As Wayne has incomplete information. He does see the Evo Chamber. He did not scout the Bailey Nest. Wayne doesn't know. Doesn't know what's going on. Lurker tech is on the way. He's building up towards Lurkers, but SHIN, he's going for the all-in. You can see here, no drones. He has a very low drone count, 22 workers. Now, this Overlord, Wayne, if he saw the low drone count, that would be a tell. Similar to the last game. But, yeah, he doesn't know. He has 2 Spine Crawlers, thankfully. He has 2 Sunken Colonies. ZvZ chased down one of the Overlords. But Wayne is droning. Wayne, he's droning up. He needs a full wall, and without a wall, it may just all be over. Here we go. SHIN, he pulls the trigger. He's going for the kill. The wall is barely going to get up. It's going to be knocked down. Yeah, the wall is broken. Spine Crawlers go down as well, and SHIN, he comes in for the surround. And is it going to be enough? Oh, it's barely not. Yeah, the Hydras, they pop out just in time. Banelings, they get spent on the wall, and Wayne is holding. Wayne, he's holding on. The longer this goes on, the better it is for Wayne. As Wayne is taking up into Lurkers. Oh, getting surrounded. He overextends. He overextends. All 3 Hydras get surrounded. Massive pickoff. Wayne, he didn't have to be out there. And Wayne's in trouble. He's in trouble. Here comes the second wave. More Banelings rolling in. Surrounds the Hydra. Baneling pops off. Another Hydra gets surrounded. He has too much. Yeah, he has far too much here. Baneling connects. Coney's going to go down. And Wayne, he has been broken. He had a very impressive defense initially, and then he pushed out. He got caught in the center of the map, and that's going to be it. That's going to be game. As SHIN, he breaks through that defensive line. Another massive connection. Takes down more Lings. And the natural base will fall. Oh, no! Oh, my God. Brutal connections. GG gets called. And SHIN, he will overwhelm. He will take the series 3-2, becoming this week's StarCraft Evolution League champion. GG. Oh my God. GG, well played. A very intense game here, and again, really close defense as well. I was very impressed here by Wayne. Wayne, he defended against the first wave. He had enough Hydras. He held the line, but he wasn't expecting the second wave. He got caught out in the open. The Hydras got surrounded. He had no backup Sunken Colonies on the way. Wayne, he got just a little bit too excited, a little bit too cavalier. He got caught with his pants down towards the end. Likewise, SHIN as well in the previous game. They were caught out. GG. GG, well played. I see in the chat that Biweekly Evo tournament is back. Yes, I believe starting from the previous tournament, StarCraft Evolution League used to be a monthly tournament. Before that, it was a biweekly, then a monthly, and now it's back to biweekly. Every fortnight, every 2 weeks, we have some StarCraft Evolution League tournaments for you. We have them for you. SHIN is our champion. SHIN is our champion. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations, SHIN. He does break through, he does overwhelm, and switching our scenes over, we can catch up on the bracket. But yes, SHIN, he will claim the series. Was a very intense back and forth, but SHIN, he will win it 3-2. SHIN, he took down Bratok, took down MinoVK, and also Wayne to claim the win. Congratulations here to SHIN, but a shout out to Wayne because, hey, Wayne, he caused some crazy upsets. He took down Kiwian 2-0. I would have favored Kiwian over Wayne, and 100% I would have favored Classic as well. Classic, he is the strongest Protoss player in StarCraft Evolution, so for Wayne to bring him down was also very impressive. Now, if you missed out on the VODs, if you missed out on the previous matches during the stream, during the cast, I do recommend it. Very fast games. Very fast games. It was crazy. I mean, if you have like 5 minutes, you can catch up on Classic versus Wayne. It was like a 5-minute series. It was just, he cheesed them the hell out. It was crazy. It was crazy. And also a shout out to Wayne because he didn't just defeat Classic, he also forced into the ace match. So very impressive performance there by Wayne. Very impressive stuff. And I look forward to seeing more of Wayne in the future. Look forward to it. A lot of it did come down to aggression, to be fair. Like, there were a lot of aggressive games, a lot of cheesy builds out of Wayne. Was quite successful with that. But also a shout out and congratulations to SHIN for being our champion. GG. GG, well played. Is our champion. Awesome. Yeah, it's really cool to see. Really cool to see the support is back for StarCraft Evolution. And honestly, there's a lot of StarCraft Evolution content now. There's these bi-weeklies, right? Like every fortnight, we have StarCraft Evolution League. We also have the monthlies, which is the StarCraft Evolution King of the Hill, right? So we have the monthlies in the King of the Hill. We have the show matches in the StarCraft Evolution Masters. And we also have Kung Fu Cup. Kung Fu Cup, they've also been hosting StarCraft Evolution tournaments as well, which have also been a lot of fun. So yeah, there's been a lot of StarCraft Evolution recently. On top of that, there's also show matches. There's also been show matches. Speaking of, we are going to be featuring a show match later on tonight. Bam, here we go. When it comes to the rest of our schedule, when it comes to the rest of our broadcasting here, welcome to the CranKy Ducklings. If you may be tuning in for the first time, we are live every single day, multiple times a day. We cast more StarCraft than any other channel out there, more than Wardy, more than Steadfast, more than anyone else. We have all the content, we have the quantity, and we have a little bit of the quality as well. Our next broadcast is going to be later on this evening. We're going to be casting the Wardy TV Monday. That's going to be at 8 p.m. KST. That's going to be at 10 p.m. AEST, or around that time zone or time slot. Yeah, 10 p.m. AST. So we have you covered there. That's going to be in 8.5 hours. Meanwhile, tomorrow we have the Pigastore Monday, and we have the Enki show matches as well. Specifically, we're going to be covering the Enki Epic Series, and that is a StarCraft Evolution show match between Bjorn and Hero. Let's go. So Bjorn versus Hero in a best of 9, by the way, is going to be on Tuesday. We're also going to be casting, I believe, Clem versus Dark. Clem versus Dark, best of 9 as well. So we have 2 best of 9s tomorrow evening. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be intense. Clem versus Dark, Bjorn versus Hero. Let's go. It's going to be beautiful. We also have Code for Giants Cup. We have the Turtle Tussle, HSL, the Pondcast. Plenty of content throughout the week. Plenty more StarCraft to come. Let's go. Let us go. We're set every fortnight. What a cultured caster. Here in Australia, Fortnite is just what we use. Fun fact, I only ever heard the term bi-weekly when casting StarCraft events. But here, like, we just use the word Fortnite. It's just part of the regular vocabulary. I think in Australia and in England as well, as opposed to like the Americas. I think it's a more rare word amongst American English, I think. Here we go. So yeah, with that, we are going to be wrapping up. We're going to be wrapping up here for the time being. Again, our schedule is packed. We cast StarCraft every single day. Bi-weekly is confusing 100% because it sounds like twice a week, right? Like, I understand. Yeah, I get it. Bi-weekly could mean every 2 weeks or twice. Yeah, for sure. So that's why I just try to emphasize fortnightly. Meanwhile, yo, shout out to Blake who's in the chat. God, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the 100 bits. We do appreciate it. But again, we're live every single day. Plenty of content. We're live twice a day, typically. But we do have a couple of days off here. We have a couple of half days off, Wednesday and Friday. So there are a couple of free slots available, and that is where we're going to be streaming some Final Fantasy instead on our personal channels. But if you just want some StarCraft and if you want some more content, then check us out over on YouTube. !socials in the chat. We do upload to YouTube on a daily basis, so the link to YouTube is there alongside Discord, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Mastodon, and Blue Sky. We post whenever we go live, and again, we have plenty of content on YouTube. We upload on a daily basis. It's all there. If you cannot watch anything live, if you can only watch the VODs, then YouTube is the place to be for that VOD content. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for support. We do appreciate it. Again, our next broadcast is going to be in 8 hours time. I'm going to go get some food. I'm going to go get some breakfast and get ready for the next broadcast. I have a lot of editing to do. I have to edit all the VODs. I have to try to schedule them as well. That's a lot of work. So I'm going to be on that as quickly as I can. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Again, you can follow me as well at light_VIP. I stream whenever I can. I stream whenever we're not casting. And the problem is that we're always casting. We're always hosting content. So whenever I have a little bit of free time, I do try to go live on my personal channel. But it's a little bit more rare. But I should be streaming on Wednesdays and on Fridays. So a couple of streams. Otherwise, we'll see you guys next time. Stick around. We're going to be giving another StarCraft streamer a raid. We'll find someone to send everyone over to. Who is live at the moment? Who is live? I know that Patches is live. Who else? There's Patches playing StarCraft. I don't notice anyone else, actually. I don't know anyone that I recognize, I should say. So we might send everyone over to Patches. Give him some love. I see Carlitos. Let's go. ¿Quién más? Yeah, I might just raid Patches. But otherwise, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys later tonight for some Wardy TV Monday, or we'll see you tomorrow for some Pegasaur Monday as well. So see you then. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for support, and we'll see you guys next time. Until then, hasta luego. Ciao, papi, ciao. Hasta luego. See you next time.